We're about to have a moment of silence here at the New York Stock Exchange. 9:25 is the time the exchange is going to have a 1 minute moment of silence. Not the first one of the morning, of course, by any stretch. Already at 8:46 Eastern time, the White House held a moment of silence with the President and the First Lady, played taps. That, of course, is the moment that American Flight 11 flew into the North Tower, the 767 that was going from Boston to Los Angeles on September 11th of 2001. This is always such a tough day to remember, but we go through the exercise because it's important. As the statistics, if you've forgotten by now, nearly 3,000 people killed, 2,600 at the World Trade Center and the surrounding areas, 125 at the Pentagon, 246 on the airplanes themselves, and on a day where, again, the newspapers write another story about the incredible resurgence and revitalization of lower downtown. Population of lower Manhattan on 9/11 was 20,000 people. Today it's 70,000 people. Is that amazing?
Yeah.
Much of the Trade Center site has finally been rebuilt, but of course we're still dealing with the geopolitical ramifications of that day every day, even more so, and many of the things that we think about and worry about and deal with as citizens of our great country. My thoughts always go back to that day itself, of course, having been on the air with the brilliant Mark Haynes, who was truly brilliant on that morning, as awful as it was.
And we're looking at the live picture where there was also a ceremony this morning at the Plaza of the National September 11th Memorial with the families.
Here's the moment of silence.
Overnight high was 1949.25, unable to get up above yesterday's high. Your overnight low of 1927.5 also was unable to get below yesterday's low. So I'm still seeing most of the participants here present today. It's still kind of a thinly populated pit, but they're mostly hanging out in that back month area. And we're going to get it started. Here's your new day. Here's your fresh start, ladies and gentlemen. 8:30 bells headed your way. New day, fresh start. Watching here now as the ES is currently trading 34 even bid, 34 evens trading, 33 half bid trading, 33 even bid. Front spread here right now, guys, offered at minus 970. I'm watching here now offers here. I didn't activity here this morning here, ladies and gentlemen, in the roll here today. As we're watching here now, rollover activity here now has been present for you. And again, the last couple days here has been taking some of the focus away from the front month contract. If you're looking here now with me, you'd be seeing that most of the pit is actually moved into that whole back month area. And again, this is normally what happens here. Participants in the actual DEES contract are very limited. Most of the guys here have migrated over to the SEP and to the rollover area, so they can access rollover activity here, guys, which is predominant here this morning off the open. So we have been here. We continue to be watching a bit of both contracts here today. No different today than any other. Again, primary focus is going to be on the DEES here today. Watching here now, 32 halves trading here now in the December contract. Paper here, ladies and gentlemen, again, has been somewhat light off the open, somewhat two-side-ish, if you will, both sides on the open. What I like to do at this time of day here, guys, is establish opening range levels for you. As always is the case here, that's first and foremost. And remind you that we do have a 9 o'clock consumer sentiment number scheduled for release here today. Again, 9 o'clock consumer sentiment. So, First, let me show you the opening range in the September contract was 1945 half to 1943 half. Once again, 45.50 to 1943.50. Your opening range here, ladies and gentlemen, in the Deese contract here today, Deese here, ladies and gentlemen, was 1934 half to 33 even. So 34.50 to 1933 even. And as mentioned here, ladies and gentlemen, paper here, guys, both sides here, guys. Once again, paper here, ladies and gentlemen, both sides on the open. So once again, your paper both sides are out of the gate on the open here. Now let's take a look here at your DAX, at your footsie. The DAX here today are down 70. Footsie here, ladies and gentlemen, is down 33. And if you take a look here, you're going to notice here, guys, that we do have here now paper here, guys. Again, a bit of both sides out of the gate here this morning off the open here. Now, no real lean one way or the other. I've got Smith looking. He comes in offered at 470. Locals do some buying there. Hang tight, Evie, and I'll explain a little bit about what's going on. So opening bells here, ladies and gentlemen, bring about your kind of a wide range opening range trade. A lot of focus here, ladies and gentlemen, this morning here now on the, again, on the roll again, as was the case yesterday. We're keeping a close eye here, guys, on rollover activity here, ladies and gentlemen, and keeping a close eye on the fact that we're seeing Smith here now has started to be a bit weighted. If you watch the guy underneath the screen there with the black jacket on, he's filling right now for Smith, and he's doing some selling back there. So I'm watching here now a bit of a seller in the back coming in here now. Recently here now, paper doing some selling at the 34.70 area. Keeping an eye on that for you here now before happening on him at 5. So again, don't forget here now, numbers here, ladies and gentlemen, numbers here now, headed your way. Here he comes in doing some more selling. He just sold some 34.30s, paper a seller. 34.30s do trade. It looks to me like he's got some more. Wait and see if he keeps coming in here now. Once again, we'll wait and see if he keeps coming in. Keeping a close eye on a bit of a bid here, ladies and gentlemen, in Apple. But if you take a look here now, here he is again. He's selling now. He's forced here now to sell at lower levels. So he came in here now in the opening range. He started selling from the 34 app level on down. As we're watching here now, paper here coming in, a bit of a sell side player. Selling some more in the back there. Selling here 320s. Selling here, guys, 2 halves. So he sold them all the way down here. Paper's forced to sell down to 32.50. So again, waiting to see. He's probably got some more back there, guys. One happening out for you once again. I'm at 31 happening on. I'm at 32. One even bit now best here. So paper here, guys, after seeing some two-sided off the open, has shifted a bit more into weighted to the sell side here. 31 even bit out for you once again. I'm a 1 even bit on. I'm at 1 half. Oh, happening out for you best here now. Looks like he might have some more here still back there, guys. Once again, he's trying to get his tally right, it looks like. I'm a no half bit on. I'm at 1. 1 even bit out. 1 even bit on. I'm at 2. 31 even bit out for you, kind of thin. 31 even bit on. I'm at 32. 1 even bit out for you once again. 31 even bit on. I'm at 32 here, guys. We are 32 even bit out coming in here now. 2 even bit out for you. I'm an even bit on. I'm at a half front spread here now as a minus 75 offer. Minus 980 bid at minus 975. $80 bid here now comes in here now. Once again, that's a minus 980 bid. Front spread here now, minus 980 bid here now at minus 975. So the guys like this are trying to buy, they're showing a 980 bid, and the guys like this are trying to sell at 75 in the spread. There's not a lot of activity going on other than the spread here right now, obviously. Go ahead, what's the question? They're doing the SEP and the Deese at the same time. Yeah, most of the activity right now that's happening in there is SEP Deese spread, but if they're trading September, it's going on back there. If they're trading December, it's out in the main area here. Now, the guys can trade Deese over in that area too. It's not. All right, so we're 5 half bid and out, 5 half bid and out pulling, 5 quarter bid and out, even bid and out best. So after that paper seller came in for 34.35, even down to 32 half, he's quiet back there now, and he has not come back in again. And we're watching bid back up into the opening range. Again here now, watching paper here now, kind of quiet here, guys, after doing some selling off the open. It was a bit both sides here initially out of the gate, and then recently here now, a bit of a seller came in down to the 32.50 level. And since he stopped here, it's kind of quiet again here now at this time in terms of paper participation. Watching here, guys, as I'm seeing gold here now, it's just selling off a bit here. That dollar here, ladies and gentlemen, selling off a bit. The euro currency here now is catching a bit of a bid. I'm keeping a close eye on the NASDAQ because Apple's been well bid here this morning off open. Metals here now are selling off a bit here, but again, Apple here, ladies and gentlemen, well bid here now, bringing a bit of a bid back into the 4 majors here that we look at. If you take a look here again, I'm going to get posted here, guys, opening range levels here for you. And I will also here, ladies and gentlemen, update your charts with the daily pivots and the value area high-low point of control numbers. I apologize for those of you who like to have those numbers. Simply put, I forgot to do them today.